You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/kidsandfamily. Just go to Indeed.com/kidsandfamily right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.
Hi, I'm Robin.
And I'm Chris. Together we're the Gen X couple.
Hey guys.
Take one. Hello, everyone.
So today we have another weird but true story for you guys.
That's right. Today we're tackling a story that sounds like something out of a disaster movie, but it actually did happen. The day Niagara Falls stopped flowing. Yes, you heard that correctly. For 30 hours in 1848, one of the most powerful waterfalls in the world ran completely dry.
Imagine waking up, walking outside, and hearing nothing. No thunderous roar of the falls, no mist rising into the air, just eerie silence. People were so shocked that they actually walked out onto the dry riverbed, finding centuries-old weapons, fossils, and all sorts of other lost artifacts. It was a once-in-a-lifetime event that still baffles people today.
So how did this happen? Why did one of the world's most famous waterfalls suddenly shut off? And what did people do when they realized they could literally walk across the riverbed? Well, let's dive into this incredible story.
Let's. But first, let's set the stage. It's March 29th, 1848, and we're in the middle of a harsh winter that's starting to ease into spring. If you guys live in the Northeast, you know exactly what I mean when I say March. The people living around Niagara Falls on both the American and the Canadian sides are used to hearing the unrelenting roar of the falls, a sound so constant that it becomes part of the background of everyday life. You've been there, right,
yes,
Christian?
And it is very loud.
It's so loud. Like, I don't even know how far you can hear it, but I do imagine you can hear it pretty far. It's loud.
Yes, it is. And of course, it's not just a single waterfall. It's made up of 3. Horseshoe Falls, the American Falls, and the Bridal Veil Falls. Veil. Together, they move about 3,000 tons of water per second, and that's enough to fill almost 50 Olympic-sized pools every minute.
How big is an Olympic-sized swimming pool? Is that bigger than the pool at the Y? Or is that an Olympic-sized swimming pool? I don't even know.
I don't know if there's like an average or normal size.
We should have looked that up because I have no idea. Actually, I don't even care that much. I was just speculating, I guess. Please don't anybody tell me because I really am not interested. But anyway, on that fateful morning, the roaring stopped. People woke up and noticed something was eerily different. At first, some thought it was an illusion or a temporary shift in the wind, but as the morning went on, they realized that Niagara Falls had actually dried up.
So what caused this? The answer lies upstream in the Niagara River. A massive ice jam had formed near the entrance to the river from Lake Erie, blocking the flow of water like a natural dam. The wind had been blowing strong from the southwest, pushing enormous chunks of ice into a bottleneck at the head of the river.
It's important to remember that this was long before modern engineering controls like the dams and hydroelectric stations that manage the river today. So when the ice piled up high enough, it simply just cut off the water's flow. No water in, no water out.
And scientists believe that the ice jam stretched for several miles along the river, stopping nearly all water from reaching the falls. And that left the waterfall almost completely dry, except for a few trickles here and there.
Now picture this. You're a resident of Niagara in 1848. You've lived here your entire life, and the sound of the falls is as familiar to you as your own heartbeat. Then suddenly, it's just silence. It must have been terrifying.
I know, I couldn't even believe that. Some people thought it was a biblical event, a sign from God. Others feared some great disaster disaster was coming. There were reports of townsfolk rushing to churches, praying and confessing their sins, believing Judgment Day was upon them.
But once the panic settled, curiosity took over. And this is where things get really interesting because people didn't just stand around looking, they walked onto the riverbed.
Think about it for a second. Niagara Falls is a place you could never, in any normal situation, step foot on. But for these people, it became like an archaeological dig site overnight.
And what did they find? Oh, so much. People reported discovering old weapons, tomahawks and arrowheads from past battles between Native American tribes and early settlers. Others found ancient fossils, some of which were believed to be millions of years old.
In one of the wildest finds, remnants of an old shipwreck. Remember, before this, the Niagara River has swallowed countless boats and debris, and some of it was now sitting in plain view.
Of course, some thrill seekers took it a step further. There are reports of people riding horses across the riverbed and others picking up stones as souvenirs.
But it's just as mysterious as the falls had stopped.
Did you say that again?
But just as mysteriously as the falls had stopped, they returned. On the evening of March 30th, 1848, the wind changed direction, breaking up the ice jam and allowing water to flow freely once again.
Within a few hours, the falls were back in full force. People who had been standing on the riverbed earlier in the day were now watching from a safe distance as the mighty rush of water returned.
Imagine how surreal that must have been. One day you're literally walking on the rocks at the base of the falls. The next, it's an unstoppable torrent of water again.
So, what's the lasting impact of this event? First, it was a wake-up call about how unpredictable nature can be. Scientists and engineers later used this as an example of how ice conditions could dramatically impact waterways, leading to better planning in the future.
And for people of Niagara, it became a legendary story, something passed down for generations, and today it remains one of the most bizarre natural occurrences in history.
So what can we take away from this story? For one, nature always has the final say. No matter how powerful we think something is, like a massive waterfall, it can be stopped by something as simple as ice and wind.
And it's just a reminder that history is full of weird, once-in-a-million moments. Who knows? Maybe something just as strange will happen in our lifetime.
I think we've had enough strangeness in our lifetime, I think.
Yes.
But anyway, thanks for listening today. If you guys enjoyed this episode, you know what to do. Subscribe, leave us a review, follow us on social media, even though I'm still a slacker when it comes to social media. I've been focusing on the social media for my book. Shameless plug. If you haven't bought it yet, it's awesome.
Go out.
It's called The
5
Deadly
stars.
Garden. It's under Robin Stephanie because Ruwine is just too much for a book cover. But read it. It's awesome. And I'm working on book numero dos. I'm probably about a third of the way done with my second book. So get caught up in the first book so you're ready when the second book comes out.
And if you have a weird but true story you'd like us to cover, send us a message. And see you later, alligator.
In a wild crocodile.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/kidsandfamily. Just go to Indeed.com/kidsandfamily right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.